We're back at 3D TLC with Mark Oehlert from Defense Acquisition University. Thanks for joining me on the YouTube channel. So, we've been hanging out in the bubble of 3D internet immersive environments for a couple years, learning, thrown in for good measure.
Sure.
What's next from your point of view?
So we got two forces pushing us along, right? We have to pay the rent. We've got to answer current client demands. I mean, for me, those are my stakeholders in the acquisition workforce. I got to answer their training needs, and I got to do it in a better way than we're doing it today. Right? I have bandwidth issues in terms of people that I can get on task to teach them this, right? But we also have another issue that we can't fail to address, and it's about design, and it has to do with vision. And one of the things that I don't want to see is, we see some great tools here, some great platforms, right? But just like with e-learning, if we're back here in 5 years, if we're back here in 2 years talking about classrooms, virtual classrooms, it's a failure. We're done. I mean, if you look at e-learning, we thought we were cutting edge, we're going to change the world and save budgets and slash cut. These are the same arguments we're using in virtual worlds, right? And what we've done is decide we're going to put the next button in the right corner versus the left corner, right? So I don't know how we do this. I'm glad we have people out there thinking about it, but we have to operate on those two lines.
So the mistake we make is we take our old paradigm,
right?
We get new technology and we slap our old paradigm on the new technology and expect it to be better instead of thinking about the new paradigms that are open to us.
Yeah.
And that's the challenge of, say, the next 12 months?
Well, 12 to 24, right? And my vision is you've got these people on a really thin string, they're blindfolded, and you're leading them along a foggy mountain path.
That's my job.
You can't break the string, right? You lose them, but you've got to lead them forward. And at some point, we are going to have to cross the chasm, just like they said in there. It's going to have to be somebody to take a dare, make a risk, and get some vision, and go to the next thing that may or may not work, but advances the
So give me a learning paradigm that's not a classroom. One idea, just describe it. You've got a $2 million budget, we threw it at you, you can build whatever you want.
How about this one? This is something that starts in 15 minutes. Learn chat.
Learn chat.
Go on Twitter, follow the hashtag LRNCHAT. Keep your $2 million. I'm going to use Twitter for no cost, no threshold, and I'm going to create an online community instantly. Hundreds of people around the world talking about learning and training in 15 minutes on Twitter. And I'm going to grab the transcript and post it to a blog. Right? What if we could do that? What if we had the Twitter side, but we also had the virtual 3D world side? Where if people could be in the virtual 3D world, they would. But it'd be synchronous, right, between the Twitter feed and the virtual world. So if I say something in the world, it appears in the Twitter feed. If I say something in the Twitter feed, it appears on the board in the virtual world.
With your learning management system, guys, I'm not going to let you do it because it's not compliant. What do we do?
I'd say in there that LMS is just a database with attitude.
A lot of attitude.
I mean, we're talking outside courses. What do LMSs measure? They measure courses, course completion, module interaction, right? Forget it. I mean, what I'm interested in performance. I'm interested in changing people's behavior, not in checking the box. So if we have to operate outside the learning management system, we do it. And we stand ready to take the heat for it if we can actually show that we change performance.
I agree. So we have the opportunity for immersive environment to be a convergence point for enterprise tools. SharePoint we plugged in this week. We've got LMS connectivity. But bringing in the consumer past the firewall line, the value of a consumer feed like Twitter, the value of the open public blogosphere, a convergent middleware layer that is focused on learning rapidly in real time around a new idea and drawing on the power of your learning network.
Right, so imagine if we do this learn chat, right, and we post the transcript to a blog. But let's say also we have a virtual space that's learn chat space. And this space begins to collect all this data. And I can go to the learn chat space and I relate to it spatially like humans relate to the world, right? It makes for a much more memorable, powerful experience than something else. Not to say that the Twitter's not working, it's low cost, low threshold, instant on. We're doing it, right? But I'm just trying to think, what's that next leap we could do?
Mark Oehlert, inventing new products at 3D TLC.